Hello, my little Davites. Here's a quickie with Dave with a long overdue review for Malignant. When I first heard about Malignant, all I knew was the title, and James Wan said he's making a giallo. So I got a hard on right there. If you don't know what a giallo is, I've explained it in other videos. Just Google it. I'm not going to waste your time here going through all that again. But I love James Wan. He's one of my one of my favorite modern day horror directors. I like his series, like The Conjuring and Insidious. They have good entries and bad. I think they're going on way too long and they've made too many, and it's just kind of getting tired. But his solo movies, standalone movies like Dead Silence, Death Sentence, stuff like that, those are my favorite of his works. Because they're not tied down. He doesn't have to follow up with something else, and the story doesn't get too ridiculous and blah blah blah. But as you're gonna find out in this standalone movie, things do get ridiculous, completely ridiculous. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, okay, it's not a giallo at all. The killer kind of looked giallo-esque, kept in the shadows, and just something was weird about it. But it was obviously going to be supernatural, which most of his movies are, so no surprise there. But it really looked like it was going to be a supernatural thriller with some maybe giallo leanings. You couldn't really tell by the trailer, but it looked like it was going to be slow-paced and creepy. And then the movie finally comes out, and no, it wasn't any of that. Oh, by the very first scene, you can tell everything is just... It's going to be batshit crazy. It is going to be insane. This is going to be fun. That's the thing. Not scary necessarily, and I think that's why it's really torn people. People are 50-50 on it. They love it or hate it. I think some people, they hate it because they wanted it to be scary. They wanted it to be slow, like The Conjuring, Insidious. You know what? No, this is just James Wan doing whatever the fuck he wants, and that's when he does his best work, when he's not tied down by a series. There will be spoilers, so stop listening now. Or, do. I don't give a shit what you do. But, without going too much into detail, just... you're really wondering what the fuck is going on most of the time in this movie. And I guessed, at least 4 or 5 ways it was going to end or what the twist was going to be, and then they ended up using every single one. So people could say this movie is predictable, but no one's going to predict that they would use every fucking twist. Oh man, it's good stuff. When they reveal that the killer is literally on the back of her head, I was like, no fucking way. That is so goddamn stupid, but so goddamn fun, and holy shit. Oh, and the effects aren't great, but it just adds to the fun that it's practical. And the best part is the killer, you could tell early on in the shadows and stuff, that's real creepy, and there's something off about it, but you can't tell. And then you find out that it's literally just a person fighting, running, everything backwards. And the fact that they use some CG here and there, but for the most part, it's a contortionist who is doing it in real life. And that makes it even creepier that someone can just walk about like that. Oh, it's good shit. Oh, man, it bogs down a little in the middle here. But then when the woman crashes through the floor, and then you find out that the killer's lair was just in the fucking attic the whole time. I'm like, holy shit, that's real dumb. But then later on, it makes perfect sense when you find out that the killer and the lead are the same body. Not the same person, but the same body. Oh, my biggest gripes and disappointments with this movie are that the ending is too abrupt, but really it's the only logical way that it could end. Still, the ending's kind of weak, and that is not a giallo at all. Other than some lighting, the killer being kept in the dark kind of looks giallo-esque at times, but really, not even the music. The music, especially in the opening credits, is early mid-2000s James Wan Saw-esque industrial fucking music like that. So I don't know why he said it was a giallo. That's a flat-out lie. But the plot is really fucking convoluted, like a giallo, with a lot of twists and nonsense. So it's got that, I guess. But I'm one that really loved this movie. I don't know if it's one I could watch. I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters. But I don't know if it's one I can rewatch a lot, especially once you know what the ending, what the twist, what happens. But it will make it interesting watching it another time just to see, once you know what happens, you can probably tell, like, early on, like, some things that you didn't really notice before. So I am interested to do that, but there's also some subtext about, without being, like, uber woke. I hate that fucking word. Uber? No, woke. Like Candyman and a lot of current movies are just way too over, just bashing you in with it. Like, it's called subtext for a reason. Come on. But there is a big thing about the abusive husband, boyfriend, whatever he is. Basically, his violence against her causing all this by releasing fucking Gabriel, sorry. And the whole thing about men using women's bodies, literally, that whole thing's in there. But like I said, it doesn't ruin the fun of the movie. It doesn't bog it down trying to get a message across without hurting the fun. It's still fun as hell to watch. It's dumb, really dumb, but I loved it personally. The wife loved it. I really didn't think there would be such a 50-50 split on it, but I don't care what other people think. I liked it, so fuck them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of a scattered review. I'm just freeballing this. I didn't write anything down. I tried to, and it just sounded better if I just fucking spilled my heart out here. But yeah, James Wan's Malignant. I loved it. It's not what I was expecting at all, but I love what it turned out to be, and I highly recommend it. So, yeah. I would ask what you guys think. You can comment below. But I don't want to start any arguments or anything. But, alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.